Well, good morning, everyone. It's 6:30 a.m. on Thursday, I think December 8th, 2023. And good morning, Sharky Nam. Yeah, that's my new Sharky calling card. Here from the golden, fabulous EIB Sharkerphone, where it's never a mere microphone, here on the Sharky Show. The Clark the Shark Spectacular, the Cornucopia Pizza algorithm, which brought you to Clark the Shark today as we discuss this fabulous debut album. In my opinion, you guys, one of the greatest albums ever recorded. I'm not even kidding. Lots of talent. Al Kooper, first, before I forget, you guys, who once worked with Blood, Sweat, and Tears and The Who Sell Out. I like that about Al Kooper. And lots of other things. But I am in particularly enthralled by thinking that Al Kooper was involved with the Tubes and tracks like White Punks on Dope from this 1975 mega album. What a year 1975 was. I mean, you had David Bowie, Young Americans, and The Who by Numbers. And this, the Tubes' debut, self-titled, and other great albums. The Kinks, Schoolboys in Disgrace, and Soap Opera, both from 1975. And Clark the Shark was 10 years old. In 74, 75, I was in fourth grade at Parkway Elementary School in Torrance, California, down by the beach. And I remember fourth grade as a good time and a good year for Clark the Shark. And then like fifth grade wasn't good. And then sixth grade was good at Newton, but then like seventh grade wasn't good. And then like I think eighth grade wasn't good. I can't remember, but I know ninth and 10th. I just the whole time at South High and Torrance, none of it was good. But fortunately, I'm a monotheist and I believe there is a God. I'm like a Christian deist, someone who, I don't know, you guys. I just think it's all a bunch of nonsense, that what God puts us here. But what in just this shithole where there's wars and rapes and robberies and stick-up men and people smoking crack and people on heroin and people homeless living in tents in Skid Row in Venice. But what I do like about the earth is when something good happens here in the Matrix that I call the shark tricks, because it's all a sharkulation and I actually run it all. And I enjoy torturing all of you and myself too. But once in a while, something incredible comes along and I'm not even sure if I did it. And the Tubes' debut album, I know I wrote and produced this album along with Al Kooper, and every song I mixed, and I overdubbed all the instruments, but I was busy working on Kansas, The Who, Led Zeppelin, and the Stones. Sorry, dude, I didn't work on Black and Blue. That fucking album sucks. I didn't actually, Mick and Keith did that album. There was no input from Clark the Shark for the Black and Blue album, 1976, I think. That fucking album sucks, but not this one. The Tubes, this incredible album with all these incredibly talented guys. They're so amazing, but I actually showed them what to do. I taught them what to do. I trained them. They wouldn't be this fucking great at musicians if not for me, Clark the Shark from the Greenhouse Effect GE from Redondo Beach, Torrance, where I, of course, it is famous or infamous legend. It's notoriety, baby, that I carefully record and overdub in the studio. And Bill Cradell was like, "All right, Clark, that sounds good." Whoa, he sounds like Mark Levin. Yeah, him and Mark Levin almost sound identical. They're both still alive. Billy passed away, but we never die. He just went back in time to another day. I hope. I could be wrong there. Maybe Jesus is real and he will send all of you to hell. Isn't that great? You worship a guy that'll send you to hell for just getting it wrong, a few technicalities wrong, like, you fucking jacked off or some shit, or I don't know. 1-800-449-8255 for the fabulous Clark the Shark show. I would like to think God, is open-minded, but not like a liberal open-minded, and not like phony Republican open-minded, like a Fox News. The girls on Fox News, those beautiful long-legged blondes, they all wax their beautiful legs at Fox News. But you guys, I've got a dirty secret about those girls. They are all going to hell because Fox News girls usually don't have a man. They live with a dog. And I'm going to keep it clean, you guys, a family show. I'm not saying Fox News girls, just because they're with a dog, a big dog, like a great name. Come on, you guys, your minds are in the gutter. But we know, what these girls, they don't have men. They hate men. They're really just liberal women, but they're getting a big paycheck from Fox. And so they pretend, they're hetero, but really they're into bestiality with dogs. I'm just going to say it at 1-800-449-8255. I don't know, you guys. They probably are. They don't ask me out on a date, Clark the Shark, or probably any of you guys. So we have to assume they're really bad girls up to no good at Fox News and at CNN too, by the way. And I doubt they listen to the Tubes, this amazing, incredible debut album from 1975. Spectacular, you guys. Progressive, yes. Punk and new wave, yes. Rock and roll, fuck, hell yes, baby. This album has it all. And, it doesn't get that long of a write-up here, you guys. Let's see what the stars are. I'm going to guess it gets 4, but I would give it a 5. Let's see. Oh, somebody gave it All Music. Gave it a 3.5 stars. Christ Gau's Record Guide. B-. Dude, please. It's not B-. They call it glam rock. It's not glam rock, you guys. Art. Let's see. Rock, art, rock, glam rock. It is art rock, I guess, and rock. But glam rock, I don't think so. Maybe you could subgenre, something, dude. But the Tubes, you guys, this fabulous debut album. Now, at Go Boy Records in Redondo Beach long ago, I, Clark the Shark, would maybe bought 2 of these. One at Go Boy, one at the Rhodium, maybe one at Peanut Records in Lomita, maybe Zed Records, or some other record stores in Hollywood or San Pedro or Long Beach. I don't know, you guys. Perhaps I owned 3 different vinyls of the Tubes. One of them was so scratchy it barely played, and I just had it because the cover was in really good condition. And then the other 2, I think the sleeves were all fucked up, and but the vinyl was like not even played or something, so I loved it. And of course I got this on CD eventually, also too. The Tubes. And the Tubes are one of my favorite bands, you guys, me right here on the Clark the Shark show, because these guys are like me. Clark the Shark, they're kind of nerdy, loners, there's a bunch of them, but you could tell off stage and away from the band, they have no friends. They're borderline psychotic or schizophrenic guys, like all of them. They're dysfunctional all the way. They've had sad lives or something. And Vince Welnick, the keyboardist, actually killed himself. I don't commend that. I don't believe in that, dude. People who kill themselves, I don't have a lot of respect for that. And if there is a God, and I think there is, he doesn't like that either. You don't want to throw your life away. You never know, you guys. God might be some liberal and be all open-minded, but what if God is a fucking dick, like the Bible, and he sends you to hell because you're a dumbass and you killed yourself? I mean, it's not very smart. Right here on the Clark the Shark show, 1-800-449-8255. Don't be like Keith Emerson or Vince Welnick and harm yourself, dude. Don't do it. Go get help. I've never been close to that. I don't think anyway. At least not sober. Drunk, fuck, who knows, dude? I don't know. I hope not. But I have not drank since 1995. It's been a long time, you guys. Almost 30 years, 29 years ago, you guys, I have not drank or used drugs. I think I smoked marijuana until 2001 or 2002. And it was hard to quit that. But I did eventually get rid of everything. And I went butt dry sober, BDS, baby. Never went to AA, NA, or any of that. There's no A's, just cold turkey, you guys. Cleaning swimming pools and listening to great music like the Tubes. One thing church, and Christ and God might be good for is, when you're getting sober, you turn into kind of a fucking idiot, and then you're like a ready-made knucklehead for that stuff. And, me, Clark the Shark, I was no different, kind of, I would go to church pretty religiously, no pun, when I was getting sober. But sometimes, no, there are still days where I was in a bad mood and I wasn't in a mood for God or anything or anyone or any government. But my mind was content. In the immortal semi-words of Neil Peart, who also died, but he was a monotheist like me, Clark the Shark, a deist. I want to believe in all that Bible stuff, the Christ, Old Testament, where God's just kicking ass and killing like 4 million people and covering the whole earth with water. And, then there's an ark. And I mean, it sounds allegorical and metaphorical, you guys. Like it's just it's a message like this could happen, kind of thing. And then on 9/11, we all saw that something like that can happen. And Pearl Harbor too, and Hiroshima, Nagasaki, or just any car wreck, dude, where someone gets decapitated or whatever, dude. Or someone breaks into your house and, with a gun or something. You see evil and you see that Satan is real, you guys. I wish he wasn't. I hope he isn't. But, ghosts, apparitions, shit moving, makes you wonder, dude, if maybe all that Bible God stuff is real and true right here on the Clark the Shark show, where I'm talking about this amazing album by the Tubes. And I'm so sad that Vince Welnick sadly killed himself, you guys. I wish Vince didn't do that. And Rick Anderson, the bassist, recently died. He passed away, very sad. And you could tell his look in his face. He was a sad guy. But the Tubes, I'm sure, brought all of them at least some temporary happiness, or maybe, who knows, in some weird way, permanent happiness right here on the Clark the Shark show. I know the Tubes, Fee Waybill, and all of them, you guys, they just everything about this band, it brings Clark the Shark great delight and forever happiness for all eternity. I praise God if there is a God, I praise the Lord God and Christ for the Tubes, you guys, because this is like prayer for me. It's like going to church every time I play the Tubes. It's like I pray the Tubes, you guys. I love this band. All of their albums, I fucking worship the Tubes. It's my favorite band, I think, you guys. I might like these guys more than the Kinks or the Who. Maybe, maybe not, but they're incredible, you guys. The Tubes, Fee Waybill, Bill Spooner, Roger Steen, Al Cooper, at least on this album, you guys, and Prairie Prince, my favorite drummer. I'm so sorry if I failed to mention him. You know what I'm talking about, Bobby Caldwell or Keith Moon or, Carl Palmer or Bill Bruford or Chester Thompson or Ainsley Dunbar. I forgot to mention that Prairie Prince might be the fucking greatest drummer of them all, you guys, right here from the fabulous, amazing Tubes on the incredible Clark the Shark Talk radio show, the number one syndicated radio on the Big Talker FM, Detroit, WABC, New York, everywhere for a reason, baby, and all over Andromeda, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, Mars, and number one on Uranus, you guys, the Clark the Shark Show. It's fucking unbelievable. Shark-a-lama ding-dong, shark-a-doodle-doo, baby. You got to be here daily because this is where all the action is on the internet and on the planet Earth. There is no Earth, you guys. This is just a movie that your eyeballs watch that I designed. But one of my best grand designs was the Tubes' debut album, 1975. And it deserves a longer write-up than this, you guys. It deserves a whole bunch of stars because in history, this is one of the most important rock and roll albums from one of the most important rock and roll bands in the history of everything, you guys, not just music. The Tubes, side one, Up from the Deep. Incredible, dude. Incredible. Halos. Side one is awesome, you guys. Space Baby, and I can't even pronounce this one. Malaguerra Salarosa. Yeah, dude. But side one, I like so much, you guys. Progressive, weird, very weird, melodic, atmospheric, intrinsic, intricate, involved, very, very deeply involved with itself is this album. Amazing drumming all over the place from Prairie Prince. Amazing bass playing from Anderson and all of them, you guys. I don't need to tell you about Roger Steen on guitar or Bill Spooner on guitar. And of course, Fee Waybill, and just, it's all amazing. Mondo Bondage. I don't have to tell you guys about what a fucking amazing song that is on side two. If you're a young person who's just 19 right here in 2023, December, and you were born, I think in 2004, you were born. I lived over in Vista, Shadow Ridge Vista in 2004, you guys. And then I, started buying all these other houses I couldn't afford, renting them out. I thought I was going to become a millionaire. And I was destroyed financially and real estate wise long before the crash of 2008. But you guys, I did the crash of 2008. The whole country was wiped out by me when I bought this one house in Vista that I couldn't afford. And I went I bought it for way too much. And I bailed some old fart out unwittingly, unknowingly, and saved some guy. I guess the good Lord sent me to do that. Some guy was in big financial trouble. And I jumped on the grenade and didn't even know I was doing it, you guys, right here at 1-800-449-8255 from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, you guys. It's a solid gold Sharkerphone given to me by Dick Clark. Because Dick Clark, I like his name. He's a dick, Clark. And you guys know me, Clark the Shark Higgins. I'm a fucking dick, as everyone knows. So you could call me Dick Clark too. And Dick Clark from American Bandstand gave me the solid gold EIB Sharkerphone. He came over to my house right when this song Mondo Bondage was like released in 1975, June 1975. You know, this album came out the June after my fourth grade at Parkway in Torrance, down by the beach. I didn't even know it, dude. I was only 9 years old in June of 75. I remember seeing this album cover, though, around as I grew up. And then over time, you know, of course, I'd learn about the Tubes, you know, and all that other shit, you know, Iggy Pop and Bowie and, you know, just everything, dude. It all started with the Beatles, though, you know, and the Stones, you know, listening to Between the Buttons and their Satanic Majesties, or, you know, She's a Rainbow. When I was a little kid, just 7 years old in 1972, I probably listened to more Rolling Stones around 251 Paseo de Gracia in Torrance than I did to the Beatles. But I would always be like, you know, the Beatles are way better. And I think Dirk McQuickley says this too, but fuck what Dirk thinks. I'm telling you guys, the Beatles still are, and always will be better than the Stones. But there was something nice about the Stones, especially the Brian Jones years, that would maybe get me more into a bigger collage of music, which led me to things like the Tubes and Mondo Bondage, you know, side 2 of this amazing album. And What Do You Want from Life? Bill Spooner and a guy named Michael Evans. Of course, these two songs, Mondo Bondage and What Do You Want from Life, maybe the side 2 should have been side 1, you guys. I don't need to tell you about What Do You Want from Life, one of the greatest rock and roll songs, anthems ever recorded in the history of all music, not just rock and roll. And it's by the Tubes, What Do You Want from Life? Incredible, funny ending, you know, with Fee Waybill, like he's a game show host, you know, like, well, you can't have that, but if you're an American citizen, you are entitled to, you know, like a kidney-shaped, you know, pool. And it's just fucking awesome, you guys. Boy Crazy by Bill Spooner. I don't like that song, Boy Crazy, because it reminds me of this girl from Torrance. I'm not going to say her name, but I really liked the girl. She lived right by South High. Okay, I'm not going to name her name, but she lived in between McCormick's Mortuary and South High School, in between Prospect and Calimere. Okay, and she lived up on a hill. And she was boy crazy, but I was coming around her house like, look at me, girl. Look at me. And she's just like, you know, F you. All right, you know. Hopefully she went and had a good life, but you know me, Clark the Shark. There's another dark side of my evil, twisted brain. And there's a side of me that maybe hopes she died in a horrible car accident and was beheaded. And not because she was boy crazy, but just fucking because, you know, when I think of her, it makes me think of a lot of things about this earth, of being rejected, like coming to a record label, like, here's my music, you guys. I'm Clark the Shark. 1-800-449-8255, baby. Check out my demo. And they're like, dude, your demo? Prrr, we throw it in file 13, the round file. I got to check one, too. I got a backup mic right here for you, Sharky. Now get out of our office. And I'm like, all right, you guys. And maybe that guy you sign will end up in a greenhouse with a shotgun across his chest. And they're like, no way, Sharky. What's a greenhouse anyway? I'm like, maybe we'll fucking call it the greenhouse effect at 1-800-449-8255. And they're like, you're crazy, Sharky. I'm like, test me. Try me. You want to be boy crazy? Well, we'll see about you, girl. And we'll see about you, record label guy, Craig. Yeah, you at 1-800-449-8255 on the Clark the Shark Show. And White Punks on Dope Well, dude, I don't need to tell you. Like, what do you want from life? White Punks on Dope is one of the greatest songs. Bill Spooner, Roger Steen, Michael Evans. Um, yeah, I'm surprised Fee Waybill doesn't get some credit there. White Punks on Dope. Incredible rock anthem. One of the greatest rock and roll songs in the history of all music, not just rock and roll music, you guys. White Punks on Dope from this amazing, fabulous anthem of an album. One of the most important records ever recorded. And of course, produced by Al Cooper for A&M Records. A misunderstood album, you guys. This album should be much more bigger in history, and it should be like 8-9 million platinum. The Tubes are a misunderstood band, much like me, Clark the Shark, a misunderstood guy. But I think you guys understand me just fine, perfectly, and you pretend that you don't. But just like that doll talking Tina, my name's talking Sharky, and you better be nice to me. That's right, girl on the hill. That's right, Craig. That's right, guy with a shotgun. Nah, I'm just kidding, you guys. Fuck it all. Who cares? God's like, I'm not going to do anything, Sharky. I'm going to let him go be rich and happy, and your life's going to suck. I'm like, cool. That's fucking great. At 1-800-449-8255. And he's like, well, sometimes, though, I'll use you, Sharky, to make a statement to the whole world. I do like that greenhouse thing where the guy shot himself. That's fucking rad, dude. God is like, look at me. I exist, all of you. Look. The greenhouse effect. Clark the Shark didn't get signed. Three-piece band, three-piece. Ooh, we're getting somewhere now. And Fee Waybill vocals, the incredible genius, Fee Waybill. Oh, dude, awesome. Bill Spooner, I can't say enough about him. Guitar, vocals. Eventually, he would either quit the Tubes or maybe the Tubes would quit him. I'm not sure. Roger Steen, of course, awesome. Spooner and Steen, a couple of the most amazing guitar tandem of all time. And Mike Cotton, synthesizer, let's not forget him, and the late Vince Welnick, who sadly killed himself, but I'm sure Vince is in heaven. Unlike the guy from the greenhouse, no, you guys, he didn't steal shit from me. He didn't steal grunge from Clark the Shark. I don't want you all in the South Bay and across the country spreading that or making that into a disease. Or I'm pissed off, you guys, because I didn't get signed too. And all those indie and alternative and all those bands, all those alt bands of the 90s, they all got signed. And then the record labels thought, oh, it'd be cute and clever. Let's sign Green Day, Green Day, Greenhouse Effect, Green Day. Let's try to really hurt Clark the Shark. Maybe it's not even them. Maybe it's just Satan, the devil doing it. 666. If the devil wants to get rough with me, I can be like talking Jesus on a dime and go Christian anytime I want. 1-800-449-8255 on the Clark the Shark Show. I'm starting to discover it all. Maybe the Old Testament, the Bible, and everything is true. And it is like a sharkulation. And I am right in the middle of it, you guys. Who knows? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But I know Rick Anderson, the bassist, died. Vince Welnick, rest in peace in heaven. I don't care if you killed yourself, dude. The guy was bipolar. He had, mental issues. And those are sad, man. People can't help it when they have that shit. And I'm sure, he didn't even know what he was doing. He just wanted out and didn't even know why, what, who, how. Maybe Fee Waybill would agree, disagree. I don't know. But I'm going to put Vince Welnick in heaven. and I'm going to put Rick Anderson in heaven with the Lord God forever in eternity. And I'm going to show them the white light, sort of like Steve Huff, paranormal, but me, Clark the Shark. I do believe in God. I'm not really a deist. I mean, I hate the word deist. I want to be a Christian. And when I think about Vince Welnick, he kind of looked like Jesus, you know, he had this big frizzy hair and a beard. And I'm so sad that he's gone. He hurt himself and killed himself. And, you know, Rick Anderson, he died in a different way, you guys, but I'm sad for him too. And when I die and go to heaven with the Lord someday, I want to be with Vince and Rick. I'll play drums. And I got to jam with Vince Welnick. Lord, please send him to heaven. Send him into the great white light with Rick Anderson. Because I want to jam with both of these fucking guys. They're incredible musicians. And of course, Prairie Prince, greatest drummer, you guys. He's right there with Carl Palmer. Very tight, very busy, intricate, a lot of prog, technical drum fills, drum rolls. He's amazing. He's like Neil Peart, Keith Moon, Bobby Caldwell, Carl Palmer, and Bill Bruford all rolled into one. Prairie Prince, maybe Ainsley Dunbar from Frank Zappa. Fuck yeah, dude. Prairie Prince, incredible. Dominic, I think that's Rhys Styles, string and horn. Dominic Frontiere. I'm not sure. That might be Rhys Styles, maybe not. I don't know, you guys, but yeah, you guys, the Tubes. Album's only 37:11, you guys. It's not very long. But I fucking love this album. I love this band. I'm so sad that Vince killed himself and he's gone, and that Rick is gone. I pray for both of them, you guys. They're both in heaven. I know they are. And the fucking guy who shot himself in the greenhouse above his garage, I don't think he's in heaven, you guys. Who knows? You know? I'm bitter, you guys, because some people are like, well, Shark, you're bitter at God. He, you know, did this. He's using you. You know, you are the guinea pig. You know, you're the proverbial rodent, like, you know, that gets electroshocked, and, you know, they attach wires, and, you know, I'm like the monkey, you know, like Peter Gabriel, like I'm just fucking getting shocked, and God's like, isn't it fun, Sharky? You're guinea pig, dude. I made you to be lonely and tortured. Isn't it fucking fun? And I'm like, no, God, it's not fun. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. But when I'm listening to the Tubes debut album, when I'm down and lonely and sad and isolated and all alone, I put on the Tubes. Today at age 58, going on 59, same as back when I was 22 in 1987 or 21 in 1986. And I just went and got this at some record store, you know, like Go Boy Records or Peanut Records or Zed or wherever, at a garage sale, the Rhodium. The Rhodium in Torrance is still around, you guys, and I hope many of you out there, you young people, go there, because they got vinyls on sale at the Rhodium in Torrance, California, not far from where I, the legend, Clark the Shark, the runner of the whole Sharkulation, the guy who created your whole life and wrote you, well, I want you to go to the Rhodium, because I wrote it too. Right here on the fabulous Golden Clark the Shark Show, brought to you by Dick Clark and the ghost of El Rushbo, Hush Bimbo, who could defeat anyone with both hemispheres of his brain tied behind his back, you guys. Just like Hannity. Yeah, dude. You know, let the free market decide, huh, you guys? The fucking free market's going to get us all fucking living on Skid Row and Venice Beach in a fucking tent where the rent is $3,500 a month. all over California, brought to you by the Democrats and your friends in the GOP Republican Party who keep saying, let the free market decide. You know, Democrats say that too. I bet under his breath, walking away, Gavin Newsom would be like, fucking guy, dude, let the free market decide. Yeah, Democrats are no different from Republicans, you guys. They just want cradle to grave fucking shit to control you and take care of you, so you keep voting for them like a fucking imbecile. But I hope you vote for me, Clark the Shark, U.S. Senate, 2032 or some shit. Who knows, you guys? Fuck it, I'll never run for Senate. But if I do, you vote for Shark-a-Doodle-Doo, the Shark-a-Llama-Ding-Dong, 1-800-449-8255 from the Clark the Shark Show. Buy the tubes, especially if you're only 19 years old in 2023. Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, everywhere you can get MP3s. I want you to get into the tubes, buy the tubes, and if the tubes come to your town, even if it isn't this band, it's different guys, if it still has Fee Waybill and, Roger Steen maybe and, Prairie Prince, dude, go fucking see that version of the tubes. And I'm out of here, people. Peace.